Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Roka.
And Big Boy Summer here, bringing you a hot or not on I'm the Villainess, so I'm taming the final boss.
Creativity. So it's another isekai where the MC is the villainess and has to escape the doom ending. Instead of trying to be a better person though, we have Aileen who leans more into her personality and tries to marry the person who is responsible for her death.
I thought it was a little bit creative of them to be like, look, this is what the situation is. I'm not going to cry about it. I'm going to do something. And the proactive nature that Aileen is taking is actually pretty cool to watch, because it's not, deemed acceptable in this circumstances to be so forward when you're female. Like, you need to be more meek and mild, or else people talk about you and think that you're better than everyone else and so on and so forth. Because to be honest, I didn't see her being a villain at all at any point. Like, I didn't see where they were coming from. How is she a villain? Did she hurt someone? She just said that someone who's a peasant, considering that she actually had noble and royal blood in her and has a noble status, a peasant shouldn't be addressing her. That is just the way it is. Can you imagine that someone addressed Cedric, who's a peasant? It would be the same thing. So I didn't get it. In my opinion, she was acting in the way she should. And when she was faced with a situation which was really, really embarrassing, and let's be honest, if your whole value is determined by who you marry because of the situation, to get rejected publicly and then be invited to the wedding afterwards, I'm sorry, I don't see how she's a villainess here. But that's just me.
Entertainment. So for me, the entertainment value comes from the misunderstandings, I guess, between Aileen and Claude. So Aileen keeps trying to get the attentions of Claude, but she keeps getting rejected, and she thinks he is rejecting her, but at the same time he's rejecting her, but his powers are showing his true feelings because they're going out of control when he's around her, and you can see that through his aides constantly laughing at him because they know the real him. But obviously Aileen doesn't realize this, he's not telling her, and he clearly has some kind of feeling towards her. So this creates a lot of different humorous situations.
I'm in total agreement with Ruka. Like, look, the moment that someone asks you to marry them, for me, if I don't know the person, I'm not feeling some type of way. I'm just going, are you nuts? Do you get what I mean? And we're having a conversation. I'm not erupting in lightning. Do you get what I mean? I'm not having flowers bloom or bulge out. I'm telling you to leave, but I put you in the most comfortable spot. I'm taking you back to your state, but I'm basically showing off and showing you I've got a flying carrot. What is this, bro? Like, you've got looks and you've got swagger, you've got money and you've got magic. Like, if you want to court the girl, court her. And I feel like he's on his way to. He's accepted the ball, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's entertaining in the sense that there's a series of misunderstandings that kind of look cutesy at the end of it. And I think that's the way that this anime has decided to go.
Character development. So I want to firstly talk about Cedric. He's meant to be the prize, the thing that you win at the end of the game, and the thing that people are supposed to be, I guess, fighting over. He was obviously very surprised when Aileen didn't cry. He was shocked, and you could tell it also bothered him. This guy is the real villain, and he is clearly a horrible person. He keeps trying to find ways to humiliate Aileen, and on top of that, he ignores his new fiancée when she's actually trying to give her opinion because he's so hell-bent on trying to embarrass Aileen and create a scene, even though he saw that she was hurt in the case of this demon that had escaped. Although there was no demon there, he still wanted to, I guess, threaten her that she was trying to do some kind of horrible plan to hurt Lilia. And even when Lilia was like, she's clearly hurt, he did not care. Now, this guy just does not seem to be a nice person whatsoever. Shout out to Lilia because she actually seems like a decent girl. And then, of course, Aileen, she is a problem solver. She goes through this whole anime solving problem after problem. She has a plan for everything, and she quickly assesses situations to guess the potential outcomes instead of relying on her game knowledge from her previous life. Also, I'm getting the sense that her two memories from her past life and the game persona are starting to merge at this point, where when she's thinking of her memories, sometimes she's thinking of herself, like from her first life, and other times, and more, she's thinking of her past life as her being this game character. And just like Big Boy Sama is saying, I also agree that there was nothing that I could see that showed me that she was a villain, and I tried to keep into consideration that we were getting it from her perspective, but even then I could not really see where she could have done anything. And yes, she told Lilia that she shouldn't be approaching her, but clearly Aileen was correct, not just on a status level, but based off of this girl is now marrying who you were supposed to marry. Now, it's just a done deal. She was right on two fronts, on a social front and on a I want to keep my man front. But if your man wants to sway, he's gonna sway.
So in terms of character development, I want to focus on Lilia. Now, we haven't seen too much about her this episode. I'm sure we're going to see a lot about her. But what makes you think it's okay to go after someone's man? Now, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm just saying, like, what's the motivations there? Look, you knew what the situation was, so you've obviously gotten closer to the prince for him to dissolve his engagement. You knew what the situation was, and you've obviously been in the prince's ear. So what made that okay? The moment that the prince started having feelings for you, have you not just said, yo, you've got a girl, leave me alone? And now it could be said that, you know, she's trying to get a come up, and that's fine. I have nothing against it. As I said, I'm not saying that she's right or wrong. What I'm saying is, I don't think Lilia is Lily White in this situation. I feel like she might also be as toxic as Cedric, and they might actually be a good match. And Aileen has probably dodged a massive bullet here. Relationships are weird and complicated, and people throw around the word toxic and toxic masculinity and stuff like that. Now, I don't believe in toxic masculinity personally. I just believe that you're toxic or you're not. That's it. It's not necessarily masculine or feminine. Like, I don't equate genders to being toxic. However, what I do want to say here is that it seems very insidious to usurp another woman's man right under her nose and be part of the public shaming of it. Eileen's father said that Lilia was so kind to write a letter to you while she's inviting you to come and watch the announcement of the marriage between you and her ex. Listen to that. How does that make sense in the world? I just feel like we're going to see who the real villainess is, because we kind of already seen who the villain is.
World building. So the world is a little interesting because we've obviously seen that there are things such as conjuring that exist. There are demons, but we really have only seen high society, and that's on both sides. Even on the demon side, we've only seen the demon lord and his advisors, and on the non-demon side, we've obviously seen a prince. We've got Aileen, who is also high society. Everybody is basically high society. However, I will say this. Claude was deemed to be the demon lord straight away and banished, which seems really stupid to me. If you know someone's gonna be a demon lord and that he can awaken when he has enough hatred for humanity, then it stands to reason you treat that person quite nicely and try and create a well-adjusted child and human being so that they will never awaken. Isn't that the goal? And then on the other side, you've got the prince who's supposed to be this great person, but he actually isn't. The person who is supposed to be on the good side seems to carry more of the demonic traits that you would expect. And the person on the demon side only really has power over the demonic and powers that I guess you could consider demonic, but not really. They're just normal earthly powers. Lightning, fire, conjuring, normal powers to me. He doesn't seem bad at all. So I find that really interesting in this world. It seems like it's the opposite. Did they get it wrong?
It kind of reminds me of The Good Place. If you guys haven't watched it, watch it. But there's a line in The Good Place that I keep quoting, which is this the bad place? And that's literally how I feel the whole way through. Wait, are humans the demons? Because look how they treated a little puppy. Now I'm a dog lover, so I'm not a fan of animals being treated badly, especially dogs. And like a Fenrir is just a wild dog basically, and it's a puppy, and they bear trapped it, tried to hit it a couple of times, yanked on its hook. Bruv, it was horrible to watch. Like, I had a visceral reaction to it, and it felt like this is the world that you've been dropped into. And if you are the quote unquote villainess, I don't see how else you try and win here. Your job is to make sure that you don't die, yes, but surely you try to dismantle this notion of high society being what it is. And I feel like we might be on that journey here. And the world that they've built, look, let's have a look at the Demon Lord. His powers are amazing. What can't he do so far? Your dress got broke, he fixed your dress. You try to go home, he puts you in the flying carriage. He teleports you. He asked for your help. Well, he didn't ask for your help, but you offered your help and he accepted it. And now he's going to the ball with you. I think this is a good way to show what the world is like, but Rook is correct. We've only seen high society. What's the real world like? What's the paupers like? How has Lilia usurped the position of fiance? I want to see that. Is there magic involved? Let's see.
Plot execution. So we really do know the plot. We have our MC who wants to avoid her doom ending, so she's trying to seduce the final boss. Well, not really, she just wants to marry him, but it certainly seems as if she's going that way anyway.
Yeah, the plot has been established, and it's definitely following the plot that it needs, and they're using comedy and misunderstandings in order to convey that message. So yeah.
So let's just go to the verdict. Creativity, hot or not?
Yeah, for me this is a hot. I like villainous stuff. Everyone knows what our first anime that we haven't shown is, and if you don't know, watch our videos to find out.
I will say this one is a hot as well, although we have seen similar anime, they've taken a different take on it. So entertainment, hot or not?
Definitely entertained. I liked the whole situation. Aileen carried this anime for me, so it's definitely a hot.
I thought this was also a hot as well. I really liked the interaction between Claude and Aileen, and I thought that the funny moments were a hit, and also the romantic moments were really cute as well, so that was a hit on that one too. Character development, hot or not?
I feel like they focused more on one character, but that's all they needed to do. Not every character needed a limelight, so it's a hot for me.
It's also a hot for me, even though I didn't mention him. Claude's character was also very good. Even when he didn't speak, they had the outside of him speaking for him in the advisors, in the nature, in his powers. I liked the use of that to convey his character. And he also waited to see what kind of person Aileen really was before he decided to go to the ball. Appreciated. World building, hot or not?
Yeah, it's a hot for me on the world building. I feel like even though they haven't done certain things, they've done enough for episode 1.
This was nearly a not until I started to feel as if the things that they were not telling us were actually clues to the world as a whole. And I really, really hope I'm right on this one, so I'm gonna give it a hot. And plot execution, hot or not?
It's a massive hot. We know where this anime is going. It's not pretended or pulled any punches. I'm definitely enjoying the plot here.
I have to also give it a hot, so there you have it. We've both given it 5 out of 5 hots. So it has managed to actually get a full house.
Full house!
Let us know what you thought in the comments.
And also let us know on Bomb Anime Insta. Feel free to DM us and have a look at our page. You might enjoy it.
Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.
And if you made it this far, we really do appreciate you.
Peace.